Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padashankaram Lokashankaram Apara Karuna Sindham Jnanadam Shantarupinam Shri Chandrasekhara Gurum Pranamami Mudanvaham Sadguru Charanarvindabhya Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So welcome to this new session. So we are going to call this session as Auspicious Days in our Sanathana Dharma. Sanathana Dharma, we have a lot of festivals. We have a lot of holy days or auspicious days. Rather, auspicious days is the right word. They are called as Punya Kalas. You know, the right way to call our festivals. Festival is an English word. What is the word that is currently used in Sanatana Dharma? What is the exact word for festivals in our Sanatana Dharma? They are the right word should be Punya Kala. But Deepavali, what is Deepavali? The actual Punya Kala for Deepavali is called as Naraga Chaturdasi Punya Kala. Pongal, we celebrated Pongal, January 14th or 15th. What is the Punya Kala? It is called as Makara Sankaranti Punya Kala or Uttarayana Punya Kala. Like that, all the festivals, they are associated, they are called as Punya Kala. What is Punya Kala? The name itself gives the meaning. Punyam Kalam. That kalam, that time, which gives you a lot of punya when you do a certain austerities. That is called as punya kala. And our Sanatana Dharma, we have a lot of punya kalams, and we celebrate some of those punya kalams as festivals as well. Pongal, Deepavali, Holi, all these are festivals. We started attaching some kind of festivity to it, some kind of celebrations to it, and then we celebrate them as festivals. But this session, this is going to be a once in a month session. So this session is going to be is aimed at explaining what is the real meaning of that Punya Kala. We are going to see both some very famous festivals, famous Punya Kalas, like Deepavali, Pongal, what is the religious, philosophical, spiritual significance of those Punya Kalas. Excuse me. And I'm also going to talk about some of the lesser known Punya Kalas, which are not lesser known Punya Kalas means for common people, we don't normally celebrate them as festivals. But these days, when we do certain austerities, these austerities are not very big. It will be like chanting a shloka or taking a bath in the morning, early in the morning. That is the thing that we need to do, but it is going to give us a lot of phalams. So that is what we are going to see in this session, in this once in a month session. And who can attend? I strongly suggest both kids and their parents to attend these sessions, because when we just explain to these kids without following these Punya Kala, it is going to be hard for them to understand. If we are in India, this problem does not arise because one or the other people will celebrate. But since we are far away from our homeland, far away from Bharatam, so people kind of lose these, these informal way of transmitting knowledge, transmitting the wealth of knowledge to the next generation. That is why we have a lot of classes like these. So since this class is about Punya Kala, this class is about following these celebrations, these Punya Kalas, I would strongly suggest both parents and kids to attend these sessions. And in the session, we will see what are the religious significance, what are the philosophical and cultural significance of these Punya Kalas, and how do we normally celebrate these Punya Kalas? According to Shastra, how should one celebrate? What are all the things that one needs to do in these Punya Kala? That is what we are going to see in this session. So today is the first day in the Tamil month of Masi. மாசியோடைய மாச பிறப்பு இன்னைக்கு. மாச பிறப்பு means month. When we say January 1st or February 1st, that is the first day of that month, right? So today, at least for for people in the US, the Masi Masam starts. And that itself is a Punya Kala. Whenever a Tamil month is born, that is a Punya Kala called as Sankramana Punya Kala. It is called as Sankramanam or Sankaranti. What is Sankramanam or Sankaranti? How do we define a month, in Sanatana Dharma? Because in English, in the Gregorian calendar we follow, it is just an arbitrary month, right? January has got 1 to 31 days. February, on the other hand, will only have 28 days. And in some years, it will have 29 days. March, again, 31 days. April, 30 days. Why should March have 31 days? Why should April have 30 days? Why should February have 28 days and only some years it has a 29th day? And, there are also leap seconds. Just like how we have leap years, they also have leap seconds. So they will add some seconds, at the end of 1 year, according to the Gregorian calendar. So it is a very pretty arbitrary scale without any philosophical or religious significance attached to it. On the other hand, our Sanatana Dharma, the calendar that we follow in Sanatana Dharma, it always has an astronomical meaning, especially for for people from Tamil and Kerala and some parts of West Bengal. They follow this calendar called as sun-based calendar or solar calendar. So their month, the month there, it starts when sun moves from one Rasi to another Rasi. நம்ம சனி பெயர்ச்சின்னு கேள்விப்படுறோம், குரு பெயர்ச்சின்னு கேள்விப்படுறோம், ராகு கேது பெயர்ச்சின்னு கேள்விப்படுறோம். We hear of சனி பெயர்ச்சி, Sani transit of Saturn, transit of Guru, transit of Rahu and Ketu, right? What is transit of Sani? If Sani goes from one Rasi to another Rasi, that we called as transit of Shani, Sani Payarchi. Once in 2.5 years it happens. Guru Payarchi. Guru Payarchi means what? Guru Payarchi means when Jupiter transfers from one Rashi to another Rasi. That is called as Guru Payarchi. Guru Payarchi happens once in a year. That is when Guru Payarchi happens, right? What is a month? அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம்னா தமிழ் month. What is a Tamil month? அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம்னா it is nothing but Surya Payarchi. When sun moves from one Rashi to another Rashi, that is called as a month. That is called as a Sankramana. Sankramana is that time when sun leaves one Rashi and then it moves to another Rashi. That is called as Sankramana. So today it is called as Kumbha Sankaramana. Kumbha Rasi. Sun, it moves, it enters into Kumbha Rasi. That is why today is called as Kumbha Sankaramana, because Masi Masam is called as Kumbha Masam. Masi Masam நம்ம தமிழ்ல சொல்ற மாசம். in சங்கல்பத்திலலாம் கும்ப மாசே அப்படிம்போம். So Masi Masam is called as Kumbha Masam. And this Masi Masam, the beginning of Masi Masa, marks the transit of sun from one Rasi into Kumbha Rasi. That is why it is called as Kumbha Sankaramana. நம்ம பார்த்தோம் Makara Sankaranti அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம். When Pongal, during Pongal happened, we call that as Makara Sankaramana because it transfers into Makara Rasi. And now it transfers into Kumbha Rasi. So Kumbha Sankaramana. So a Tamil month is nothing but that length of time when sun stays in one Rasi. So that is how a Tamil month is defined. So we don't have any arbitrary days that are associated with a month. So how much ever time the sun takes to be in that Rasi, that is called as that month, at least according to the solar calendar that, in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, it is also followed in, I think, Orissa and West Bengal and all. They all follow this kind of calendar. So that is called as So today it is called as Kumbha Sankaramana. When sun, it enters into Kumbha Rasi. So what are all the things that we need to do? Shastra says the Sankramana Kala, they are very, 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 very auspicious. Just like how we do a lot of puja for Sani Payarchi. சனிப்பெயர்ச்சின்னு வந்தா போதும் 2.5 வருஷத்துக்கு ஒரு தடவை திருநள்ளாறுக்கு we go and then we do a lot of Sani Preeti. And then Guru Perchi, we do lot of Guru Preeti. Rahu Ketu, we also do lot of Rahu Ketu Preeti and we do Havans, we do puja to that planet, right? That planetary force, right? In the same way, since this is a transit of sun, Shastra says you have to propitiate the sun god. So we can chant Aditya Hridayam. Aditya Hridayam, it comes in Ramayana. It is taught to Sri Rama by Agastya himself. When Sri Rama was fighting Ravana, Ravana was also equally so strong, right? When Sri Rama was fighting Ravana, Rama could not win over Ravana for some time. At that time, sage Agastya came to that war field and then he did the Upadesham of this Aditya Hridaya Stotram to Sri Rama. And adliye varudhu, Sri Rama chanted this Aditya Hridaya Stotram 3 times and then he went to war with Ravana and then the rest is history, we all know. So chanting Aditya Hridaya Stotram is very good. Doing Surya Namaskaram is also very good. When we think about Surya Namaskara, nowadays some people think about Surya Namaskara just as an exercise. So Surya Namaskara is not an exercise. It is not a secular activity. In fact, it is a sacred activity. We think Surya Namaskara as Balapratam. Balam means strength. We think when we do Surya Namaskara, we get a lot of physical strength. That may be there, but that is a byproduct. Surya Namaskara is Punya Prada Karma. Surya Namaskara gives us lot of punyam because Shastra says Arogyam Bhaskara Dichet. If you want arogyam, if you want a nice health, if you want a good health, sun god is to be propitiated. And Namaskara Priyo Bhanuhu. How to propitiate sun god? Sun god, he likes Namaskara. So that is why we do Surya Namaskara in order to propitiate sun god. And when we do that, we will get a lot of good health. I think yesterday or day before yesterday, I read a research article that talks about the connection between vitamin D and how people can recover from COVID. There is a correlation between vitamin D levels in one's blood and how fast they recover from COVID. I read a research article. How do we get vitamin D? Nowadays, we eat medicine to get vitamin D. But vitamin D, you just go out, stand in the sun. And the sun rays, it makes vitamin D in your body. Ergosterol gets converted to vitamin D. If you ask a biochemist, he will tell. Sun rays is a primary source for vitamin D. So even according to science, sun is very, very good for health. But we need not go through science. For us, Shastra is a greater pramana. Shastra says Arogyam Bhaskara Dichet. That is why we propitiate sun god. So when we do Aditya Hridayam, there are 12 names for sun. Because there are 12 months, right? Each month, the sun will have got one name. So because there are 12 months, there are 12 names for sun. Mitraya Namaha, Ravaye Namaha, Suryaya Namaha, Bhanave Namaha. அப்படின்னு இந்த 12 நாமாவை சொல்லி நித்தியமே 12 சூரிய நமஸ்காரங்கள்லாம் ஜபமா எடுத்துட்டு பண்ணுவா. We can do that, or at least during the Sankramana day, during the Tamil Masa Parappa day, we can do Surya Namaskara. We can also do Surya Namaskara with a Vedic portion called as Aruna Prashnam. There is a Vedic portion, it is called as Aruna Prashnam. In fact, that describes the astronomy, that describes the cosmology, that is the Vedic cosmology. How does sun originate? How many suns are there? How many ritus, how many seasons are there? How does those seasons come from? what is the source, what will happen in those seasons, what are the different types of narakams. All those things are mentioned in Surya Namaskara. There are about 130 panchadis, 130 dashinis in solva. 10 vakyam, a group of 10 sentences is called as dashini. There are about 130 dashinis in that Surya Namaskara. It is, chapter wise, there are about 32 to 34 chapters in Surya Namaskara. For each chapter called as Anuvaka, people do Namaskara. Shri Chaya Suvarchalamba Sameta Shri Surya Narayana Swamine Namaha. அப்படின்னு ஒரு நமஸ்காரம் பண்றது. Then next அனுவாக்கம் will start. At the end of that அனுவாக்கம், we will say Shri Chaya Suvarchalamba Sameta Shri Surya Narayana Swamine Namaha. Om Namo Narayanaya. And then we will do another namaskara. Like that, we can do 34 or 35 namaskaras, or people also do namaskara at the end of each panchadi, at the end of 10 vakyas, 10 sentences. So that will amount to 130 namaskaras. So doing Surya Namaskara, chanting Aditya Hridaya Stotram, or if you cannot do anything, we can just chant the 12 names of suns, 12 names of Surya Bhagavan. We will send in the chat box. Sorry. We will send in the WhatsApp group what are the 12 names of sun, because for all the other things you have to have initiation, but everybody can chant these 12 names of Surya and do namaskara. We can do that. If not that, just Adityaya Somaya Mangalaya Budhaya cha Guru Shukra Sanebhyascha Ragave Ketave Namo Namaha Ketave Namaha அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணா கூட போதும். So worshipping sun god is very, very important on the Sankaramana day. Also, doing tarpanam is very, very important. Doing tarpanam for ancestors, doing tarpanam for forefathers is called as Pitru Yajna, and it is one of the 5 important duties for a Sanatana Dharmi. We saw this in our Deivathin Kural class. Manushya Yajna, Deva Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Brahma Yajna, Rishi Yajna. These are called as Pancha Maha Yajnas. On that, Pitru Yajna, doing Tarpanam, doing Shraddham is very, 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 very important in order to do puja for the Pitrus. Okay, so that Pitru Yajna, that Tarpanam, people will do on Amavasya day, on the new moon day, people will do Tarpanam. People will do Tarpanam on the Masa Parapu day, on the Sankramana day. People will also do. Some people will do on all the 12 Sankramanams. Some people will do only on certain dates. So depending upon your custom in your house, people can do Pitru Tarpanam on the Sankramanam day. That is supposed to be very, 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 very important. So these are the general things about Sankaramana. And one more thing about Sankaramana is that this is one of the 5 Parva days that is said in Shastra. In Deivathin Kural, Mahaperiva talks about Pancha Parva Dinam. That is Sankaramana, Tamil Masa Parappu, Amavasya, Paurnami, Krishna Paksha Ashtami, Krishna Paksha Chaturdashi. So these are the 5 days. These are called as Parva day in a month, in a Tamil month. These are called as Panja Parva abdimba. And remembering Ambal, doing special puja for for Ambal. If you are into Shri Vidya Upasana, doing special puja for Ambal on these days. Doing any namaskara, doing any puja on these 5 days is supposed to be very, very auspicious. So these are the general aspects of Sankaramana. What is so special about this Sankaramana? As I said before, this Sankaramana is called as Kumbha Sankaramana. It happens on February 12th, 5:02 p.m. for EST time. For Indian time, you can see Panchangam. For other time zone, you can refer to a Panchangam. It could be either today or tomorrow, depending upon the sunset time. So this Sankaramana is called as Vishnupadi Punyakalam. This Kumbha Sankaramana, the special name for Kumbha Sankaramana is called as Vishnupadi Punyakalam. There are 4 Vishnupadi Punyakalam that comes. Every month they will give one name. The 4 Vishnupadi Punyakalams are there. 4 Shadashidi Punyakalams are there. And then you have a Dakshinayana Punyakalam, you have an Uttarayana Punyakala. Like that, every month they will attach a name. What is the name of that Punyakala? So this month is called as Vishnupadi Punyakala. And what is so special about is that all the 30 days in this month, waking up early in the morning, taking a shower just before the sunrise. Taking shower just before sunrise. That is called as Maghasnanam. Tamilla Mangasnanam solluvaanga. It is called as Maghasnanam because this month, depending upon the Chandramana calendar, this is also called as Maghamasa. So doing Maghasnanam is very, 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 very auspicious, and it is supposed to relieve oneself of many, 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 many papams. Recently, the Veda Dharma Shastra Paripalana Sabha, they have given out a video in Tamil explaining all the things that are to be observed during this Maghasnana. So if anybody wants more detail, you can refer to that video. We will also share the link of the video later. So Maghasnana, doing early in the morning, just to wake up before sunrise and then take bath. You just have to chant some shlokas and take bath. That is supposed to give you a lot of punyams. So those are the things that are related to Sankaramana or Tamil Masa Porappu as we call. So that is the first thing. And next thing that comes is Masi Magham. Masi Magham. When during the month of Masi, that is this month, on Magha Nakshatram, it is celebrated as Masi Magham. Normally, it comes on a Paurnami day. Paurnami anniki Masi Magham varum. And once in 12 years, when the Jupiter is present in the Simha Rasi, when Jupiter, because Jupiter, it takes 1 year to go from one Rasi to another, and there are 12 Rasis. So once in 12 years, Jupiter comes to Simha Rasi. So when Jupiter comes in Simha Rasi, on that year, the Masi Magham is celebrated as Mahamagam. In Kumbhakonam, the festival of Magamagam is so auspicious. They will celebrate once in a year. It is a huge festival. It is even compared to Kumbha Mela. Kumbha Mela also comes in once in 12 years, but Kumbha Mela is celebrated on the Triveni Sangamam. In the northern part of India, this Mahamagam, it also comes in once in 12 years. It is celebrated in Kumbhakonam. In Kumbhakonam, there is a pond called as Mahamagha Kulam abdinu or pond. There are several tirthas present inside that pond. Normally, this Mahamagam is celebrated for 12 days or 18 days or so. So we just have to go there in Kumbhakonam. And then we take bath in that Mahamagha Kulam. That is very, 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 very auspicious. So there are a lot of stories that are associated with Mahamagha. One version of the story goes like this. During Pralayam, according to Hindu cosmology, according to the Sanathana cosmology, Sanathana Dharma cosmology, the universe is cyclic in nature. The universe will be born, and then lot of time it is going to stay, and then at one point of time this universe will be destroyed, and then again from the destroyed universe Bhagavan will make another universe, and then again everything will happen, and then that get destroyed. So it is like a sine wave. The universe will grow, and then the universe will come down, and then the universe will grow, and then the universe will come down, right? So where does Brahma is the God who creates all of us, right? So Brahma needs to have some raw material for creation. If you want to make a cell phone, what are the things you need? You need some metal, you need chips, you need plastic, you need glass, all those things you need, right? In the same way, for Brahma to create, he also needs some raw material. So what Brahma do is that he recycles. Now, only now we started to think about recycling. Okay, plastic recycling and the recycling la pandrom illaya. Brahmaji will recycle the entire universe. He will basically convert the entire things in a seed form. He puts that into a pot. He puts that onto the pot. and then he keeps the pot on top of the Meru mountain. He keeps that pot on top of the Meru mountain, and the entire universe will get destroyed. There will be a huge deluge, and then that pot, it comes to the Kumbhakonam, Mahamaga Kulam. It comes to the Kumbhakonam, and at that time, Parameshwara, Shivan, God Shiva, he will break open the pot so that the universe can be created again. So it is that action what happened during the Mahamagam. That we celebrate Mahamagam in order to commemorate that occurrence, where the entire universe is created from its potential form. So Shastra says that during Mahamagam, on that day, all the rivers, it comes, and then it, all the rivers get merged onto the water that is present in the Mahamaga Kulam. So if you take bath in that Kulam, it is equivalent to taking bath in all the rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Godavari, Tamraparani, all the rivers we take bath at the same time. That is the effect of taking bath in the Mahamaga Kulam. That happens once in 12 years. But this Masi Magham is celebrated every year. Once in 12 years, the Masi Magham will be celebrated as Mahamagam. But every year there is Masi Magham. In the month of Masi, in the Kumbha Masa, on Paurnami day, we celebrate as Masi Magham. If we go to any temple, there will be in India, especially in South India, there will be a lot of festivities. In Kanchi Kamakshi Ambal Kovil, in the Kanchi Kamakshi Ambal temple, they celebrate a Brahmotsavam. Brahmotsavam, they celebrate for Kamakshi, the last day, the final day of Brahmotsavam, it coincides with it coincides with Masi Magham. They say that it is in this Mahamagam, it is in this Masi Magham day, Ambal gave darshana to all the devas. Aipasi Puram, that is one story. So in this story, Ambal gave darshana to all the devas. As Vishwarupa, Amba gave Vishwarupa darshanam to all the devas on this Masi Magham day. Abdina, that is what the Sthala Purana, that is what Kamakshi Vilasa says. Kamakshi Vilasa is part of a Purana. That is what the Purana says. So during a Masi Magham, Kamakshi Ambalukku, there is a Brahmotsavam that coincides with Masi Magham day. So when we, if you want to celebrate Masi Magham, you can do a Lalita Sahasranama Archanai for Ambal. You can chant some Kamakshi Stotras, Mukha Panchashati is there. You can do all of those things for Masi Magham. So that is with Masi Magham. And after Masi Magham comes Mahashivaratri. What is Mahashivaratri? A most auspicious day for Parameshwara is Mahashivaratri. Shivaratri, it comes once in a year. Normally, they say there is also a Masa Shivaratri. It comes every month. But there is a Mahashivaratri that comes on the Chaturdashi day of Masi Masa. In Kumbha Masa, Chaturdashi day, Mahashivaratri comes. Chanting Parameshwara's Nama, doing Shiva Puja, all these will give Ananta Palam. When we do that on Mahashivaratri day, you have to wake up the whole night. Night out. Shastra, according to our Shastra, only 2 nights you can wake. All the other nights you have to go to bed and you have to sleep. What are the 2 nights? One is during Mahashivaratri and another is during Vaikuntha Ekadashi. During Vaikuntha Ekadashi, you have to keep vigil. During Mahashivaratri as well, you have to keep vigil. You are supposed to wake up and you are supposed to go to temple. Either you can go to a temple or you can do Shiva Puja in our own place. In temples, they do Nal Kala Puja. They do 4 pujas for Parameshwara. And that midnight at 12 a.m., that time is called as Lingodbhava Kalam. During Mahashivaratri day, that midnight, that time is called as Lingodbhava Kalam. What happened at that time? Linga Udbhava Kalam. It is at that time Parameshwara came as a huge linga. Apatalana bhuvana brahmanda vispurat jyotis partikalinga maulivelasat purnenduvantamritai. அப்படிங்கிற இல்லையா, ஜோதிஸ் பார்ட்டிகலிங்க மௌலிவிரசத் பூர்ணேந்து வாந்தாமிருதைஹி we say. So Parameshwara, he manifested in this world as a huge linga where you cannot see the top, you cannot see the bottom. So that is called as Lingodbhava Kalam. Doing one Bilva Archana to Parameshwara. All you have to do is just to give one Bilva leaf. Just to put one Bilva leaf onto the head of Shivalinga. That is supposed to give you Ananta. That is supposed to give you infinite benefits. And one thing on Shivaratri day is that normally we don't give Tarambu for Parameshwara. Some people might have known the story. What is the story with Tarambu? Ketaki flower. For all the kids out there, I'm going to tell you the story. At one point of time, Brahma and Vishnu, they got into an argument. Normally when we argue with friends, it's a friendly argument, right? So normally they got, among friends, we will just get into an argument, right? In the same way, Brahma and Vishnu, they got into an argument. What did they argue about? Who is bigger? Am I bigger? Am I the superior guy, or are you the superior guy? And Brahma said, okay, I am the superior guy. Vishnu said, no, I am bigger than you. Okay, how to solve, how to mediate? Parameshwara, he came as this huge Linga Swarupa and he asked the Brahma and Vishnu, okay, whoever can see, the challenge for you is that either you have to see my top, or you have to see my bottom, or you have to see my feet. Either see my head or see my feet. Whoever sees that first, they are the highest among you guys, said Parameshwara. Okay, Brahma, his Vahanam is a swan. Swan na in a parava, it is a bird, right? So Brahmaji, he took the swan and he started going up. Mahavishnu, he has taken an avatar as a wild boar, right? As a wild boar. So he started going downwards, Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu cannot see. He started going down. He could not see the end of Parameshwara. Brahmaji, he started going up. He also could not see the beginning of Parameshwara. But at that time, one Ketaki flower, one Tarambu, it was falling above. And Brahma, he asked, okay, what are you, Ketaki flower? From where are you coming? And the flower said, okay, I was at the top of Parameshwara, because normally we keep flowers on top of Bhagavan's head, right? So I was on the top of Parameshwara. I don't know when I started falling, but I started falling for so many millennium of years, and I have reached here, said the Ketaki flower. So Brahmaji, he said, he wanted to teach the whole world a lesson. What is the lesson he wanted to teach? Do not lie. Since he wanted to teach that lesson, he started lying himself, because he wanted to show us what will happen if we lie. So Brahma said, okay, flower, what you do is that I am going to go down. I'm going to call Vishnu, and I am going to say that I saw you at the head of Parameshwara. So I saw the top of Parameshwara, and then I brought you as a witness for that action, said the Brahmaji. And the Ketaki flower, it accepted. Okay, I've got nothing to lose. Okay, why not help him? So the Ketaki flower accepted that. Brahma, he took the Ketaki flower and he called Vishnu. He said, okay, I saw the top of Parameshwara. I even took this flower as a memento, as a souvenir to commemorate this action, Brahmaji said. And Vishnu asked the Ketaki flower, hey, did you see that? And the Ketaki flower said, yes, I saw. He saw the top of Parameshwara. The Ketaki flower lied. So Parameshwara got so angry. That is why we should never lie in our life. Because then Parameshwara said, okay, hey Ketaki flower, because you lied about me, people should not use to do puja for me, said Parameshwara. What is the shapam? What is the curse that Parameshwara gave to the Ketaki flower? Because you lied, you will not be used for my puja. That is why we should also not lie. When we lie, Parameshwara will not accept us. Parameshwara will not accept our puja. So all the kids out there know the story. Don't lie. Okay. Don't be false. Be faithful. Be truthful. So Brahmaji said that. Sorry, Shiva said that. That is why people don't use Ketaki flower for Parameshwara's puja except on that Lingodbhava Kala. Only for that Lingodbhava Kala, you can do puja for Parameshwara with Ketaki flower. So that is the only exception. So if you have been to any Shiva temple, people will be doing puja to Shiva with the Ketaki flower. The flower will smell so nice. So whenever you get a chance, please visit a Shiva temple during Shivaratri day on the Lingodbhava Kala, where you can see people doing puja to Shiva with Ketaki flower or Tarambu. So that is one more thing that happens in the month of Masi. So doing Shiva puja, reading Shiva Puranam, doing Rudram Abhishekam, doing Abhishekam with Rudra, or if you cannot do anything, just to chant Om Namah Shivaya. If you chant Panchakshari mantra, if you do Shivanama Sankirtanam, it will get rid of all the papams. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Dakshayani says that to Daksha. Mahaperiva quotes that in his Devatin Kural. Srimad Bhagavatam is a Vaishnavite text. In that Vaishnavite text, from the mouths of Dakshayani, the Utkrishtam of Shivanama is being spoken about. So Dakshayani says, okay, only these two letters. What are the letters? Shi and Va. If a person chants these two letters, knowingly or unknowingly, it will get rid of all the papams, says Dakshayani to her father Daksha in Srimad Bhagavata. So doing Shivanama Sankirtanam, doing Parameshwara's puja, chanting Shri Rudram, chanting many shlokas. There are Shiva Manasa pujas there, Shiva Nakshatramala Stotram, Shiva Panchakshara Nakshatramala Stotram is there, Shiva Padadi Keshavarnanam, Shiva Keshadi Padavarnanam. Even Mahaperiva has composed the shloka called as Siddheshwarashtakam on Parameshwara. So we can chant all the shlokas. We have Devaram, we have Tiruvasagam, we have all these things in Tamil as well. And in religion and in regional language, there are a lot of shlokas which are present. So we can chant all these shlokas for Shivaratri. And another most important festival that comes during the month of Masi is our Periwas Jayanti. Bala Periwas Vijayendra Saraswati Swamihal's Jayanti comes on the 27th February. 27th February, Periwas Jayanti is coming. In Shastra, it is said that Guru, it is even superior to Bhagavan, because we don't know Bhagavan with our eyes. We can never see Bhagavan with our eyes. Only with a Guru, we can see Bhagavan. Only with the help of a Guru, only a Guru can show Bhagavan to you. So there is a Doha as well. Okay, if Guru and Govinda comes in front of you, to who will you do Namaskara? The Doha says, I will do Namaskara first to the Guru and then only to Govinda, because Guru is the one who has shown me Govinda. Okay, this is Govinda, this is God. Says only the Guru, right? Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava, says Veda. After mother and father, it is the Guru who has to be respected. Tandai Solmikka Mandiram Illai. Mahaperiva often quotes that in his Devathan Guru. Father is the first Guru, and then you have other Gurus as well. So Adi Shankaracharya is Jagat Guru. He is the Guru for everybody, and the Kanchi Kamakoti Peetam established by Adi Shankaracharya. He is the Peethadipati of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetam. Mahaperiva says, whoever, it does not matter what Peetham is that, because Acharya, Adi Shankaracharya has established a lot of Peetams. There are 5 major Peetams, but apart from those Peetams, he has established a lot of Peetams, says Mahaperiva and Devathan Kuran. Whoever comes in that Peetam, they have to be respected. They have to be revered as Swayam Adi Shankaracharya himself. There is absolutely no question about it. So Bala Periwas Jayanthi. We call him as Bala Periva Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal. His Jayanti is coming on the 27th February in the US EST time. That is also a Pradosham day. It is also a Sunday. So people can do lot of puja. I know that several satsangs, they have planned for elaborate puja, elaborate Guru puja on that auspicious occasion. So whenever puja that happens near you, you can go, you can join, and you can get the blessings, paripurna blessings of Mahaperiva Adi Shankaracharya and our Bala Periva as well. If not, you can just do puja in your own home. If nothing is possible, just chant Shri Gurubhyo Namaha or Gurave Sharanam, whatever Guru Shloka. We have even taught some Guru Shloka in this class. So you can chant some Guru Stotram or do Totakashtakam, just to do chant Totakashtakam, do Namaskaram, because everybody, all the Acharyas, all the Shankaracharya Pitams are the embodiment of Adi Shankaracharya. So we can chant Totakashtakam and do Namaskaram to Acharya. So with this, we will finish this month. So I have not covered all the auspicious Punya columns in this month. I have just cherry picked some. And then because of the time, I have cherry picked some auspicious Punya kalas, and I have told you there are many more auspicious, there are many more Punya kalas that are present in the month of Kumbha and that are again to come. And we will see one by one slowly. We will see what are the other Punya kalas. So next masam Panguni vardu, Masi and Panguni, the joining, the time where Masi ends and Panguni starts, it is celebrated as Karadayan Nombu. அப்படின்னு சாவித்ரி விரதம் ஆர் காரடையான் நோன்பு அப்படின்னு ஸ்திரீகள்லாம் பண்ணுவா. Or it is also called as Kamakshi விரதம். It is supposed to be very auspicious for Kanchi Kamakshi. It is supposed to be Karadayan nonbu. So all those things we will see in subsequent classes. With this, we will finish today's session. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi.